Welcome to the Dominate Show. I'm your host, Dom, and he's your host, Nate.
How we all doing today? Today we got an exciting guest here, Mr. Mike Toler. He is a gym owner in Westland. He has a pretty tremendous backstory. Definitely one that is a little different than a lot of other people, how they got into it, so on and so forth. We're going to let him explain a little bit. So, Mike, if you want to tell us a little about your history, your backstory, how all this kind of came into fruition.
All right, I'll take it just direct me in the direction you want, but I'll start off from the gate. Let's talk about fitness a little bit. A little bit myself. I was born and raised in California. Played sports most of my life as a kid growing up, baseball, soccer, etc. Normal background, middle class. In my teenage years, got into lifting weights. Went to the gym, Stern's Gym, Leo Stern out there in California, a famous guy. Was at his gym actually, about 14, 15-year-old. Kid just want to put on size to play football and such. Then it became probably around 16, right around then is when I found drugs, started getting the drugs. Exercise stopped of that nature, became pretty much a drug addict by the time I was 18 years old. From that time on, I actually became a drug dealer. I was a pretty big drug dealer at the time, moved my way up the chain of commands. Still worked out now and again, but was pretty much in the game. From there, it all ended when I was 27 years old. I actually went to prison. I went to prison for almost 20 years for my drug conviction. In prison, I was actually a personal trainer in there, meaning that I was training different, not like clients, I would say. They had like a 40 and over fitness program. I did that. I was the president of the powerlifting club because I had in my, when I got arrested, look in your background, see what you did, if you're a painter, whatever. But I was actually a personal trainer before I went to jail. So part of my, what I did there was train people, hey, or my classes and such. So wasn't so much a trainer before I went to prison, but in prison, I actually used my certificate because I had a certificate back then. That's all they offered way back when. And I train people for, they come to my classes or they come to ask questions. And I, like I said, ran the powerlifting club. Got out and did 20 years, got out about 11 and a half years ago, I got out. I decided I want to be a trainer, put it to work out here in Michigan. I worked for Anytime Fitness for a while, 10 years actually. They decided they were going to close. So when they closed, I had nothing to know what I was going to do, go work for somebody or one of these big corporate gyms or what have you. I decided to go in all the money I saved and actually bought Westland Fitness and Nutrition Center. I got a gym. You both know this gym. It's right here in Westland. I built something a little bit different, a little unique. I have an outside weight pit here, dumbbells up to 150s. I separated my cardio area. But it's definitely something that I just envisioned while in prison that I wanted to do, and I did it. I've also competed a few times. I haven't worked with any of you gentlemen yet. Hopefully one day we'll do that. But I've worked with, Scott McNally. I worked with him. I worked with different, Remy. I worked with Chris Rogers. I worked with Shelby Stearns, who you both know. I worked with those guys, did a couple fitness programs, fitness shows, did decent in that at the this level here, the local level. And dude, I'm just trying to hold it together.
Yeah. So what brought you to Michigan after you were released out of prison?
Good question. When I got out of prison, I literally had nothing. 20 years, everything's gone. So I get out of prison and I could go back to California. I was born and raised in San Diego. I thought, well, I'm just going to go back home. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, I can't do that just because it might be too tempting to see some of the old fellas from your neighborhood you grew up with that's still in the game. I decided I was going to stay in Michigan for a few years before I went home to get on my feet. I didn't want to go back home and be broke and starving and go, hey, the only way I know how to make money is by selling drugs, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like I said, I was done. I didn't want to go back to prison after 20 years in prison. Last thing I want to do is something stupid and go back. So I stayed out here and got it, applied for different jobs at different local gyms here, and no one hired me except Anytime Fitness in Westland hired me. So they gave me my first job, and I was the low man of the totem pole. And I thought, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit before I go home. Over the couple of years I was here, I built a pretty big following, a lot of clients, became busy, so much so that I actually became not like a owner, but I became the director of operations at Anytime Fitness Westland and was actually the head trainer. So basically I ran the show. They gave me the company credit card. I got bonuses. I was part of the team. So I stayed out here and just built a life out here, and I was thinking about going home back to California, but I actually, believe it or not, like Michigan. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to stay out here, and and after that, when Anytime Fitness sold, that's when I decided, hey, I got to do something. And that's when I started putting this together.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So that's pretty interesting. But that it makes sense why you came over from Cali after prison to not just go back into that environment and things like that.
Yeah, if it's the only thing you know and what you're good at doing, the last thing I want to do is go back and get, influence or something happen, or like, like you're hungry and you got to get food and got to go hustle. And I didn't want to go back to the hustle game anymore. I
Yeah.
did not want to go back into that game. So I stayed out here.
Yeah, it's
So
a lot. I mean, a lot like toxic. You get involved in toxic things, especially in bodybuilding. You get those toxic people that are there for you, and then it's hard to, once you get rid of them. You know what I mean? Then you can really persevere, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I understand.
Yeah. And like Michigan's been good to me, guys. I mean, realistically, there's some good people out here. I mean, in the fitness industry, there's a bunch of people that are shitty, as we both know, and they talk shit about you. And, like, hey, I'm always been honest and open with everybody. I always tell the truth. I don't talk shit behind no one's back. And like I said, I like the fitness community out here, bodybuilding, powerlifting. I like everybody, it's just the regular Joe dude that wants to come to the gym and do exercise. It's just, I love the fitness field. I mean, I'm very passionate about it. Before this lockdown happened, I was semi-successful, doing what I do. When I came into prison, I literally had $0, like nothing. I came from like the bottom, guys. Like when I got out, my parents took me to Dickies to buy some Dickies shorts and Dickie top. I had like 2 pairs of shorts, 2 shirts, and a pair of shoes. And, like I'm on my way. Like, what am I going to do? And thank God that People in Anytime Fitness gave me a job, and thank God I'm decent what I do. I'm good with being a drug dealer. You're good with numbers. I think one of you guys are good with numbers, right? When you're good with numbers, I mean, this is what this game's about. It's a lot of number games, so I'm very good with numbers.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what made you want to open your own gym?
Well, here's the thing. I have a friend of mine that owns Crunch Gym. A very good friend of mine. He offered me a job at one time. Hey, come work for me. I had other guys that say, hey, come work for me. And I'm like, I want to do my own thing. Because I want to do something different. My thing is about, gyms, like, especially the big box gyms. I guess they're cool, whatever. It's not my thing. I like to know everybody's name. I like to be like, if someone has a question, or if you see someone doing something wrong, you guys know this. I'm sure you guys have been in the gym before, and someone's doing something wrong that you don't know. Hey, your form's wrong. And they're like, what do you know? It's like, oh my God, like you're trying to help somebody out, and they're like, get out of here. I mean, we've all done that. Try to help somebody, and they come off on you like you're crazy. I wanted to build some more community, a smaller size gym, under 500 members. I think I had 300 some before we closed. I wanted something more personal. I wanted to feel to come in that you felt like it's more like a family. I wanted to feel that vibe where you came here and you felt like, wow, this is cool, man. No matter if you're, getting ready to go to the Nationals, or you're just, mom and pa, or whatever level you're at. I had some pros here as well that just had a good vibe to it. From the coloring of the gym to the flooring of the gym. I just wanted something different. I always dreamed about having my own gym. It's definitely a hustle, definitely a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, but I've always wanted that.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Like, you're building your own little community.
Yeah.
Exactly, Dom. That's what I wanted.
No, that's great. So what are some of the things you guys offer at the gym that people could know about?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a trainer. That's what I do. That's what I've had my background in training. I've been a personal trainer for back when you used to be a trainer at gyms. You didn't need to have a certificate. I got a certificate back then, I think almost like 28 years ago. There's only one school, National Academy of Health and Fitness was the only school. They're no longer around. But I went to school on that. So I was a personal trainer, and that's what I love doing. I love helping people out. I was a piece of shit for so long. I like helping people. I like helping people achieve their goals. So I'm not like, I'm not the guy that wants to get you ready for a show. I've done that. You guys, more power to both you guys, because I hate dealing with like clients like that. Just, it's so much work, and I hope your clients will appreciate you guys, what you do. Definitely not my forte. I'm more of a guy that gets a guy down to 10% body fat or girl to 18% body fat. Healthy individuals is what I like to work on. Yeah. So training is what I love to do. Running the business is second. But at my gym itself is a little bit different. It's 24/7. You work on a security key fob. I have an outside weight pit, which hopefully if you guys come by Sunday, I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to have the outside weight pit open up and see what happens there. But it's like a dumbbells to 100 pounds outside. I got gives you like a California vibe, flip tires. I got battle ropes out there, a full gym outside, which no one in Michigan has. California, we do have that, but out here, in Michigan, I've never seen someone has an outside weight pit out here. So that's different. My dumbbells in here go to 150. I have light fitness machines. I have basically a full service gym, and I offer everything. A lot of people come in here. I got an in-body scanner, which I got to get Dominic on soon, but I got an in-body scan to scan your body, tells you some information about your body. A lot of gyms don't have that, so I carry that hills, and I do a lot of nutrition plans as well. But again, my thing is like people not getting ready for shows. I've done that, guys, and like I said, you guys have that. You guys are very good at that. Way too much work on my brain.
Yeah,
definitely can be. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
We pull out our hair more often.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, gentlemen. Figuring things out. That's a lot of work.
Do you have other personal trainers that work at your gym?
Yeah, when we're open, yeah, I got a guy named Tyler. He's really good. He's been on a competitor. I think he's won like first place at the Michigan or something like that. Good guy, young kid. I brought him aboard. I have Dave Laycock. He's a sergeant master and was a military retired. He's 62 or 63 now. He trains a lot of older people. I have two female trainers, Amanda Dean and a girl named Amber. So I do have like, there's 5 of us total.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead. Nate.
So obviously, how has the shutdown really affected you? I mean, I'm just talking obviously business wise, it's going to be really bad, but also personally.
Personally, it's affected, I would say, the more so just your pocket. I've been in business with this 1 year was our 1 year mark in January. So I'm, 3 months into year 2. You pretty much break even a year 1. Opening a new business, it's definitely tough. This part here, as personally, that it's done to me, the shutdown, it's financially almost ruined me. It's like all my money, the WestFit money, my bank account, gone, that's gone. And my personal account is basically empty now. So it's definitely took I mean, I can still work out. Thank God I have my own gym. That's the only up thing about this thing is I get to still work out. A lot of my friends want to come and I can't have them come because they can't be here legally. So I don't do that. But it's like I'm able to work out, at least get my workout, which is the only positive thing I would say that's happened. But everything else you can imagine, just financially, it's almost like ruined me. It's to the point where I'm just broke. I can't pay my bills. I haven't got an SBA loan yet. I haven't got no kind of support from the federal government or state government yet. And I'm still trying. My application is still pending. So hopefully soon I'll get some type of relief.
Yeah, that was my next question. I wanted to see if you got any help.
No, I did. Nope, I did get one personal loan for $5,000 at 1% interest. 1% interest, which is awesome for a year. TCF Bank. I applied there. They had it for a loan, so I got like a personal loan for $5,000. They gave it to me at 1%, which is amazing interest rate, as you know, and that covered me for a little bit. And it goes fast when you're paying, X amount of mortgage, lights and phones and etc. on not just a business on a house with no income coming in. It like devastated me. And here I am, like an ex, drug dealer, been to prison, trying to do things right now, trying to be like, pay my taxes, do the right thing, go to work every day, do everything positive, stop at red lights. I mean, just be a productive citizen of the community. And all of a sudden everything's gone. And you're like, going, what did I do wrong? I mean, what did you do? And it's not because my gym was failing. We're doing good. It's just, but this is out of my hands. I can't control this at all. So hopefully I'll get some kind of funding to, kind of help out.
Right. So obviously Sunday you got an upcoming fundraiser. I know that you kind of are a pillar of the community. Everybody's kind of reached out to you already.
Yeah.
And I know that you mentioned that you've had some donations and people trying to help out. You even told people to stop. I'm not taking your membership fees, which I think is tremendous.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your fundraiser coming up on Sunday.
Okay. A little background on that. 2 weeks ago, I did get unemployment. Thank God I did get that, guys, last Monday. But prior to that, I had nothing in, no money. I had like $200 in my account. It's kind of embarrassing, but everything was drained down to my last $200. Didn't tell nobody, but a client of mine, Heather, who owns Heavenly Hot Dogs, she heard me talking to like my girlfriend about like, hey, don't use the debit card to buy food because I have no money for food. Like, don't spend it. He goes, how are we going to eat? I go, I'll pull out one of my credit cards, which I usually don't use credit card to buy groceries, but I'm like, we have no money. And this girl heard it and she put a fundraiser together without like asking me, telling me or anything like that. And I woke up one morning and I was like, hey, gym membership, $100. And I'm going to go, but it's for my friend in California. So I'm looking at this stuff. People started sending money. I started thinking somebody. It was like a couple $100, then a little bit more, a couple hundred, to 300, 400, then 1,000. I'm going, holy crap. People started sending me money and I had no idea. I was blindsided. And this girl says, hey, she sent me the screenshot, goes, I did this for you. I go, why? She goes, I heard you over talking to your girlfriend about you guys didn't have money for food. And I'm very prideful. So I never ask anybody. I have, like, hey, can I borrow money for food or anything like that? So I didn't do that. So we had a first round that she did, and I raised money to pay all my bills. Everything's up to date. The gym's up to date as far as paying my mortgage. Home's up to date, paying my mortgage. Everything's up to date. And I'm holding another fundraiser this Sunday, this Sunday, the 17th from 11 to 4. I'm going to have Heavenly Hot Dogs come here for hot dogs and hamburgers. They give me part of the money. They're going to give it to me. I'll be selling my swag, like that nice hat you're wearing right there, Nate. I love that hat, by the way. I'll be selling hats, be selling T-shirts, tank tops, whatever I have. I'll sell swag. I'm a big supplier of Insane Labs. I endorse their product, so I'll be selling their product 50% off. Basically, I want to get rid of my inventory here before I restock. We have a raffle. I'm doing you get 11 tickets for $50. I got a $500 grill, first prize. Premier Tattooing, they dropped off a $250 gift certificate today that I didn't ask for. And the girlfriend of mine, Candace Goodman, she just dropped off like 6 bags of gift certificates, this and that. Vizzy's Pizza just gave me some gift certificates. I'm like, I didn't ask for these things here. These people go, hey, we want to help. So not only on the raffle that you're going to get a grill first prize, second prize, $250 gift certificate for ink work from Premier Tattooing, but also I'm going to keep on pulling numbers out of that, and you'll get 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags. So so far I have 6, 7, there's like 9 prizes going in there. So I'm just not pulling one ticket. So $5 a ticket, or you get 11 for 50. But I should have I'm expecting a good turnout. Right now I think Channel 4 News might be showing up and Fox News.
Oh, nice.
and probably the local police department to shut us down, but
hopefully not.
But I'm going to start at 11 o'clock. I'm going to roll hard until we get here, guys.
Awesome. So let's shift into training a little bit.
Sure.
So how would you suggest somebody starts a solid foundation in training?
Good question.
If they're just starting off.
If someone's just starting off, what I would suggest, let's say someone comes in here and they have I have a guy that I was training before this happened. Guy's never worked out. 38-year-old male, has a physical job, but never worked out. So he comes to gym, he starts working out. I see him doing everything wrong. Like literally, like the form was like, oh my God, what body part is this guy working on? So me and him had a conversation. He ended up like, look at me, let me train you for free one time. Just going to train him. So I train him for free. I show him the proper form and technique. He goes, oh my God, I feel it. I go, yeah. So he ended up buying like 10 sessions from me, what have you. Matter of fact, he just texted me today. He's going to buy, I have some coupons going on. I'm selling like 5 training sessions for $100. That's what when I first started training out of prison, that's what I charged, $20 a session. I'm not $20 a session, but I'm giving my old prices back like a pre-sale, doing that for everybody. But I would say someone starting off with some of your listeners has never worked out before. I would say, hey, find yourself a trainer, number one. I mean, find someone and Google search them. There's all kind of stuff. Look them up. You'll find reviews, but everyone's got some type of reviews about him. If he doesn't have reviews, don't hire him. Number one, make sure, do your homework and hire a trainer to give you a basic, solid foundation. I mean, people don't understand when you first start off, you ain't got to do a bunch of different shit, dude. Stay with your basic exercise, compound move. It's nice and easy. The biggest thing when I see people start doing the training, I'm sure you guys see, they'll come to the gym, a new guy, he'll stay here 2 hours. I'm like, what are you doing in 2 hours? I mean, literally working out for 2 hours with no clue what he's doing, and come back the next day and do the same thing. They think like more is better, et cetera, more better, blah, blah, blah. So my thing is just, if you start a routine, someone's just starting off, like one of your listeners, find yourself a trainer. 100% find yourself a trainer. And once you get the training part down a little bit, then you actually look for someone to do your diet.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. I personal trained for a while, for 2 years, at Powerhouse in Troy.
Okay.
And, we had a lot of clients, and that was one thing I always focused on, was like right out the gate, I wanted to make sure their form on everything was good.
Sure, absolutely.
Why, and things like that, just so that they could take that knowledge on like into the future with them, so that they could maybe help their buddy out. Like, hey, my trainer used to tell me that this is why we do it like this.
Yeah.
So then and then that helps the other guy too. So that was one thing that we did a lot. Or I did a lot personally with my clients, because I just had a better understanding about that stuff. But definitely form is key to building a solid foundation. If you're not having form correct, your progression, your body is going to be growing in a altered adaptive form. So like your kinetics of that motion aren't right. You're not recruiting what you should have been recruiting if your form isn't right.
True.
So you could see it a lot, like in a bench press or a chest press. People are more rolled forward, and they're pressing a lot. You see a lot of front delt development. when, we know we want our lats tucked back and kind of tucked under us, and we're just pressing with our chest the whole time. So
Right.
so that's a good example of bad form leading to not target muscle development. Your secondary muscles are getting developed more than your primary muscles for the movement because your form is off. And establishing that right in the beginning, if you can take that out, somebody's going to have really good development along the way.
Absolutely. And it's what I like about what you said, Dom, is like, and I do the same thing. Is I like to tell them why we're doing something. You're actually teaching them. A lot of trainers, as you know, don't do that because they want their clients to know nothing, so they have to stay with them forever, whatever they want to do. But the good thing is a good trainer, and that's something to tell people that are watching this. If they have a trainer that's explaining them why, you're teaching them. You want to teach them as long. So we're actually like a teacher almost.
Some of the best trainers I know are educators. You have to be able to educate your client along
100%.
the way. And they'll appreciate that even more, even if you're teaching them so much to where now like they really have the means to go do it all on their own. They'll appreciate you so much that they're going to stay with you.
Absolutely. 100%, 100%.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'll break down a lot of things, even though a client may not have any idea what I'm talking about. At least you go through that explanation of why I'm doing this or why I'm changing something. And some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
But did you see Dave Barry's post the other day about walking lunges without any weight?
Well, he's 100% right about it.
Uh-huh.
If you can't do a walking lunge without correct form, you have no business adding weight or adding any type of load to it. The lunge is one of the number one exercises that have bad form. People
Absolutely.
put their toes, or they don't go straight down, they go forward. His post was really good about that.
I did that leg session with him before all this happened. He pulled those 2 exercises, and we did walking lunges prior to, and I mean, he right out the gate, bury that heel, watch your ankle. Your ankle's you're not stable enough. And I'm walking 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And so now you got guys putting 225 pounds on your back. You're doing Ronnie Coleman lunges.
But where you're going down, you're exploding off your toes, and the exercise just changes all in all, just right off of that.
100%.
So with training for you, is there a specific way you like to train clients? Are you a kind of like me and Nate are more like towards 2 sets all out next motion, or we'll do like a back down set. A lot of my volume personally, I'm only doing 1 to 2 sets per exercise.
Right. Okay. Well, and a good question, but remember, most of my clients, let's just say 95% of my clients are overweight. I mean, like literally some 25 pounds, some 200 pounds. I mean, my clients I'm a pretty busy trainer. On an average day, I train 20 to 25 people. Nate knows that before we close. I have a lot of clients. I'm blessed I stay busy. They like my, I guess they like my energy, my attitude. I mean, I call people fat fuck all the time or whatever I got to say. I just speak my mind. I'm not scared to say what I feel. I cuss a lot. But most of my clients, I circuit train them. Most of my clients, I'm circuit training. I run them in a circuit. My gym's the way it's set up. When I set my gym up, all the legs on the back row, so I can circuit them down. I keep their heart rate up. So most of my clients, I'm keeping their heart rate up the whole entire workout. My theory behind it, if I keep their heart rate up towards the fat burning zone, and just keep them going, it's almost like a little extra cardio for them, meaning they're going to so I just push them along. Most of my clients I've had clients that lost 150 pounds, 200 pounds, 25 pounds pretty fast. I try to make sure they don't lose any muscle, but my main concern for my clients is, retaining what muscle they have and just let's get rid of the fat. When the fat's down in the range what it should be, where I always like to see the fat at, then I change their whole workout around. But most of my clients, majority of them, you look at my Facebook, are all heavy set. And I just circuit train them. I just keep circuit. And sometimes I might have a 20 circuit, it's like CrossFit on steroids. Or sometimes it might be a 5 circuit or a 3 circuit. It might be a compound movement. It might be it's all different. But the majority of my clients are like, I just push them. I just get them in a row, set them up and go. Keep your heart rate going.
That's awesome. That's great. So you feel like with the overweight clients, more so giving that heavy push right out the gate is the way to go to get them dropping fast.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had a guy named Scott. He came here and he was 308 pounds. He trained with me for a while. He made it a total, his first session, I'll never forget it. He made it 7 minutes. He was done. 7 minutes, first day, leg day. You want to do legs? He made 7 minutes. He goes, I'm done. I'm going to go, you're done. We just started, but that's all he could do. So everybody's a little bit different. I don't push people to the point where they're going to, fall out. But if I see someone that got, white around the lips, take a look at him, watch the color, watch their eyes, I stop them. I pay attention to my clients, especially the ones I just started. But some of them, I can't push as hard as I want to. So they'll just, like I said, we made it 7 minutes, and a year and a half later, he was like, I used to have a class in the morning, like it's called Fat Cap class. He was the number one guy. He'd stay there and just kill it. Well, he started off, his whole workout was 7 minutes. That's so awesome. It just, each one's a little bit different. It's not like I group them up, but like I said, just the majority of it, it's just, moderate weight, 12 reps, 12 to 15 reps, and just go.
No, that's sweet. It kind of similar to like, I trained people like that, that didn't really want to body build necessarily. So right. Like they were like, just, I want to lose weight kind of person. I've done a lot of kettlebell work myself. So yep. I put them through like kettlebell circuits and things like that, where nice. Just keeping heart rate up. It's kind of it's HIIT training in a sense.
Exactly. You're right on point. HIIT training. That's exactly what it is. But I found out I have the most probably the most success doing that. And like I said, most of my clients don't come here and say, "Hey, Mike, I want to put on muscle." Most of them come here like, I don't want to be fat no more. So majority of them are like heavy set people, not people like yourself, bodybuilders and that thing. They're more of like just regular people that like, I want to feel better. I want to look better. I mean, I've got people on blood pressure medication, heart medication, cholesterol medication. It's just more of a well-being. That's most of my clients are just, I just want to feel better, Mike. Help me feel better. And that's what I do. I just want you to feel better. And that's, it's not hard to do if you start eating right. Unless there's some underlying medical condition. I throw you on the scanner back here, put your scanner, figure out your macros. I got software for it. Punch the food you like in out, hit a button. I got you. That's how fast and easy it is for me.
Yeah. That's awesome. So do all your personal training clients get a meal plan?
Most of them. I would say probably 75% they sign up, and they also get with the meal plan. It'd be a 12-week meal plan, which is that means I weigh you in every 10 to 14 days. I scan your body. I change your macros based upon what it says. Because as you both know, I'm sure you both had clients that are getting on, they go, "Oh my God, I haven't lost any weight." Well, probably because you lost some body fat, put on some muscle. They get so stuck on the scale, which is totally irrelevant. I think I see some post about you talking about that, about losing weight fast. Is it better to lose weight fast? But it's like, it's not all about what the scale says. It's about what the mirror says. It's not, weight is, I'm sorry, unless you're 500 or 600 pounds, it's irrelevant. If it's like, if you're 200 pounds and you got 10% body fat, you're a beast. If you have 45% body fat, it's a whole different thing. They don't get it.
Yeah. Like one thing I always stress with clients is like, you should be looking at your mental health, your digestion, your physical performance. Yep. Those are way more important than the scale. If you're seeing improvements in all three of those, but the scale's not moving the way you like, you're progressing phenomenally. Like, correct. Why I posted that and I said, ask yourself this question: do you want to lose weight to get to a number on the scale fast so that your performance goes down the drain?
Right.
That's what's going to happen if you just want to rush the scale down. You're not going to be able to perform as well. And at the end of the day, health and fitness is about performance.
Absolutely.
You want to be able to have, good cardiovascular health, good weight training health. You want to be able to perform at your best, but you want to lose weight at the same time. And losing weight over a period of time slowly won't affect your performance as much.
Well, and plus, remember, if you have a heavy client, like I said, I don't know what most of your clients are, but like some of my heavy clients, I understand if you lose it too fast, you're going to have saggy skin. Your skin's going to sag. It's going to the elastic of the skin's going to, it's not going to snap back. So plus, older, that's one thing I never had to worry about. I always stay pretty lean. But, some of the clients, they lose it so fast, so they go and it's too fast, and what happened to get the saggy skin too, which, like I said, I'm old. I'm 56. I'm an old dude. I'll be 57 here in a minute. But it's just like, it's not the easiest way to, fast weight loss isn't the answer. Nice and easy, like you said, keep your performance up, put on a little bit of muscle mass, and keep your body fat down.
Yeah. Nate, you got any comments on that?
Oh, I mean, you guys are exactly right. Like I always reference The Biggest Loser. You know, that's one of my key go-tos because they put those guys. I understand those guys' health are in such disarray.
Oh
But
my goodness.
you put somebody who's 300 pounds plus on a 700 calorie diet. You know, you're training them 5 6 hours out of the day. You know, you're put in isolation, and that's all your life is at that point. And then they return to normal living. 90% of them gain the weight back and then some.
100%.
And so you have to learn how to live a lifestyle, and that's what I think we all have tried to preach. And that's what you take, that slow and steady approach. You know, the 1 to 2 pounds a week is perfect in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and too many people want to lose too much. You know, and like you said, I find a lot of clients are focused on the scale. They're neurotic with their food, they're neurotic with everything else, but they don't take other factors in and then, well, I only lost point two pounds this week. It's like, yeah, but look at your pictures, you're drier here or this or that. Those are things you really have to look at.
Yeah. So I had a client this morning reach out to me about wanting to, she was concerned that she wasn't as lean as she was 2 to 3 years ago, the last time she dieted hard. And then she explained some other things to me. And I told her, I said, dieting every single time is never going to be the same.
100%.
2 years ago, your hormones might have been a lot better. And now 2 years later, your hormones might not be as good as they were before. And then so many other things play into factor in that. How much body fat did you gain between this 2 year span? And then what was your activity like? There's just so many variables to it. And I think people get caught up in like, oh, I've lost weight before, I can do it again. And if they're not meticulous about it, it makes it very difficult because they just go back to that first time they lost the weight. And they're like, oh, this is what I did last time, this is going to work again. Then it doesn't work and they think something is completely wrong.
Correct.
Yep. 100%. I've done that before where like this, they think that you give them a diet. Like I said, I had a client one time, he did the diet, lost the weight. Yeah, he fell off. A year later, I guess he tried the same diet I gave him and he goes, I did your diet, didn't work. I go, I didn't throw you on the scanner. Things change. I mean, the same diet that worked for you last year might not work for you today. I don't know how that works for you guys, your prepper guys, but it changes. I mean, your body changes.
Oh yeah, it changes big time. I mean, even in my competitors, like I've had some of my competitors have been with me for 3 years and we've done so many shows together and every time it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not the same diet. You put on something different, but how they look or such, right?
Yeah, like sometimes like maybe 1 year they did really well on fats and then another year they did horrible on fats. Like it changes. Your body is an adaptive machine. At the end of the day, your body's going to adapt because it wants to survive. And we can't stop that.
True.
Correct. Your metabolism catches up, and then that's what a lot of people don't realize is you sit there and then you diet down and then all of a sudden your metabolism resets right there and then you got to move forward. But we've always talked about it, you make those huge jumps. Those people who want to do 45 minutes of cardio right out the gate 7 days a week, they want to train 6 days a week, and then that you want to take away 1,400 calories a day from what their maintenance level is. Of course you're going to see results quickly, but ultimately everything resets and then you got to push even harder, and that's when the body just gives out.
Yeah.
Your hormones tank, period.
So Mike, with female and male clients, do you see like one having to be pushed harder or one, do you see any difference between the two?
Well, the old thing, you probably heard this so many times, guys lose it faster than women, right? That's what guys always say. I got guys that say, that my husband lost it faster than me and but again, it goes to the fact that everyone's metabolism is different. There's a lot of factors to take in it. I think that's a hoax, personally. I think you can lose weight, women, men, everyone's, can lose weight. It might take some adjusting, as I'm sure you've had clients, you put them on a diet and nothing changes. You got to change your macros. You got to keep working the numbers. It's a number game. So it's not like when I have clients, I put them on the exact same diet, like a cookie cutter diet. I'll get your baseline, put them on a baseline, 1,600 calories, 40, 40, 20, whatever. I use that as my starter. Balance out 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20 fats. That's my usual standard diet for a normal person. And then I'll change your macros. In 2 weeks, I do it. And I'll change your macros again. I'll start shifting based upon the scanner. You guys do a lot of stuff on picture stuff. You guys got an eye for that stuff. Me, for my clients, I throw them on a scanner. That way they can actually see a piece of paper. And believe me, when they put on a piece of paper and go, oh my God, they see that they lost 1% of body fat. And they see they put on a pound of muscle. And maybe the scale didn't change. They go, oh my God, they get jacked. But I adjust all my stuff with my clients off that. But to your question, it's everyone's different, male and female. There's not exact, and it's so, people don't understand that, like, why is this not working for me? And I have to change it. Why does my girl, I have to have 2 girls, and they put them on like different diets, and one was losing weight first, the other one didn't. The other one started losing weight it's a lot to figure out. That's a lot of work, especially you guys, what you guys do. They don't understand that's a lot of work when something happens, because the body will stall all the time. Like I said, your body wants to do what first? Survive. It wants to live, number one. It doesn't give a shit. It doesn't know you're 10% body fat or 5% body fat or whatever. It wants to live. And that body fat is like the gas to the engine. I always tell people that, your fat is your gas. Your muscles are the engine, So, the fat's filling the body. Your muscles, you flexing a bicep, it's taking the fat. You're moving fat around for the energy. So it's just that everybody's different. And I said, everyone takes a different program, and it's just figuring the stuff out. But, guys, I've really came up to no one that hasn't been able to lose weight. I've had probably maybe 2 people I had to sit in for blood work. I work with a company that I have I can't figure it out. I've called people my doctor, Dr. George, is a doctor, but he's undergraduate in nutrition. I've called him before and go, dude, I can't figure this out, man. I'm bucking, bam, bam, against his head. Everything I've done, it doesn't matter. He goes, let's bring him in for blood work. And then boom, something's off. The thyroid's off or something's off. So anytime I have a client, I can't figure it out. I send him, I'm connected with a place called Genomedics. I don't know if you guys heard about it in Birmingham. I send my, I send him out there. I send him out there and go, let's get your blood work. Just get blood work, take a look at blood. Every single time that I've had a problem, something's wrong. Something's something's off, or hormones off, or this is off, or that's off. The thyroid's not functioning correctly. Something is not working. Your body is not firing on all 8 cylinders. So I banged my head a bunch of times, but usually I can figure it out. But the times I can't figure it out, I don't know what to do. I throw my hands. Are you sure you're eating correctly? Yes, I am. Are you positive? Mike, I swear to God. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to the doctors. Yeah. And there's usually some underlying problem. I don't know if you guys run into that problem or not, training a client where nothing's working. You send them got to send the doctor. Let's take a look at you.
Yeah, definitely. I've ran into that where I need to tell them hey, I need blood work.
Yeah, I got to look at it. Yeah.
You're somebody that I know is consistent, and your calories I have you set at, we should be seeing improvement right now. Something else is going on.
Right. We talked about that today, right? About how clients, they don't want to pay for the blood work a lot of times. And that tells an even bigger picture a lot of the times when you're looking at everything, whether your cortisol's high, your vitamin D is low, you can look at a whole, your thyroid is off. You gotta look at all those factors.
Absolutely. There's so many.
Yeah, triglycerides is another one. So what else you got?
So as far as the brand WestFit, do you want to grow it? Do you want another gym? Are you looking to start something else?
Well, my first thing was I wanted to have one gym at first, WestFit. And it's Westland Fitness and Nutrition, but short WestFit. When I started off with WestFit was for what? West Coast Fitness. That's the name it was going to be. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Westland. I can't just say, hey, West Coast, people get confused. So Westland Fitness and Nutrition Center, but my LLC is WestFit LLC. So my plan was to start this gym, run it for 2 years, go to Canton, open a gym up, or Birmingham, find a piece of property and open another one. Same, use this as my base model with the outside weight pit, the stuff I got going on, and kind of grow it, get to this one so big, pass it off to, my friend, let him run this. Why go to the next one, start the next one, and then see how it goes after that. So my plan was, before this happened, was to actually, I want to do a few of them is my goal. I mean, like I said, the gym here does really well. It's not a big gym. It's not a Crunch Fitness. It's not a Lifetime Fitness. It's a WestFit. It's until you come here and train about it. People come here, and I've had people. I've never had no one come here and go, the gym sucks. No one's ever said that. They come here and go, wow, I like it because the cardio is separated. We haven't been to a gym where like you actually have a cardio area, like in a small gym. Even the big box gym's got its cardio here and the weights are there. Well, mine's actually separate. It's got its own section. Or, hey, I love your big, like in the summertime, when you guys come out here, I have a big door. Well, Sunday, if you guys hope you guys come out, I'm going to open up the big roll-up door. I got a big old glass door and open it up. Got, fresh air coming through. It's just a different vibe, and I was planning on having a few more gyms. That was my goal. But to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen after when things get back to normal with us, or when we're getting back to normal. I know Wisconsin got to open up today. So they're open up right now. They got, but I don't know if the feds are going to shut them down eventually. But they're actually open. But we don't have a set date for the gyms in Michigan yet. So I have no idea. It could be, someone told me that's through the political friend of mine. He said, don't expect anything to at least minimum June 15th, minimum.
Wow.
So I just want some guidelines to open up, guys. Just give me my guidelines. What do I need to have 5 people here? 1 person per 1,000 square feet. Tell me what I need to do. I need something. Just tell me something I need to do, and let's get it going. I want to get open back up.
Yeah, I don't see why a place like yours can't open. They have businesses open now. They have construction back. Factory workers are going back.
Absolutely.
Like the auto plants start up again on Monday.
I know.
And a gym like yours, 300 members, which, okay, you could say 300 members, you'll never have 300 people there at one time.
There's never more than 10, Dom. Most of my gym one time, like 10 people. It's never crowded. That's what I wanted. 10 people.
It's ridiculous that he can't, open up right now.
Yeah.
Cases are dropping every day. Deaths are down. Like everything is in a nice downward trend. I mean, I feel like it's time to get out of the woods, like Whitmer would say, and, open back up.
Well, I have to agree with you. Like I said, a lot of small business, my friends over there, like every one of my friends are having some kind of problem right now. Every single friend of mine that I know, like 5 or 6 guys, a person of my friends that own smaller gyms, we're all in the same boat. None of us got any kind of relief. We're all struggling. I've been in business. I know my friends, I've been in the business like the least as far as gym owner, only a year. So it's really, really impacted me. I don't know how my friends, how much I don't ask how much money they had in the bank or something like that, but some have been around for 10 years, some have been around for 3 years, some have been around for 2 years. I mean, but it's very hard on a small business to make it. I think we're essential. I think gyms need to be open. I think my mental health, I go crazy if I didn't work out. I feel like bad for people that can't work out. But I want to get to me, this is therapy. I want to work out. It's what saved my life. Like working out saved my life.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right. So just remind everybody about what's going on Sunday and where they can, where you're located and what's going to be going on again and the time frame.
Okay. Well, listen, anybody watching this today, check us out. It's Mike from Westland Fitness and Nutrition Center, WestFit. We're going to be having a party here. It's a fundraiser party. It's going to be a drive-through party. It means all you got to do is you don't even have to get out of your car. I welcome everybody to get out of the car if they want to. You're more than welcome to. You just got to have a face mask on. My location is 1615 South Wayne Road. You can look it up, or if you're friends with me on Facebook, Mike Toler, find me 1615 South Wayne Road. And we're going to be having in this here in Westland. We're going to be having food. You can drive through, order your food. There'll be a girl, guy taking your food orders. You can drive up to our swags. You can order hats like me and this guy wearing over here, Nate. Dom should have one of these. And then after that, you can buy like supplements, 50% off. We have a raffle, grill, tattoos, bags. You can drive raffle ticket. You can drive in and drive out, or you're welcome to park across the street, put on your face mask, come in and hang out with us. The gym will be wide open. I'll open it all the way up. We start at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. unless we get shut down before then. Channel 4 News should be here and Fox. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. So, Mike, thank you so much for coming on today with us. And we're here to support you no matter what. And we'll share this and we'll put everything, all the details down in the YouTube link and on the podcast.
Make sure if you put on Facebook, tag me so I'll share with my friends as well, fellas. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on, man. You guys kill it, man. You guys are good dudes.
Thank you.
Thank you.